Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see from the title of today's video, I'm going to be doing a long-awaited Q&A slash life update video because I haven't done one in a while and I feel like I'm pretty much overdue for one at this point because there has been a lot of change lately. And I just kind of want to like update you guys on that. Very open about my life, especially like my mental health and how I'm doing and stuff like that, and I feel it's beneficial to talk about that to kind of like get rid of the stigma of hi Luna, to get rid of the stigma of not talking about mental health so much. But I'm not just going to be talking about mental health today, I'm going to be talking about crap ton of stuff. Let's get into it. I guess I can start off with introducing you guys to Luna. Keep in mind, she's a little sick right now because she is diagnosed with feline leukemia, which is not cancer. It's basically just like a respiratory infection, like a virus within cats, so they get sick. So she did test positive for that, but we do have another vet appointment on December 6th to see if she has fought it off or not. But she's sneezing a little. All right, first question. How did you meet her? So my best friend Kate, she has a friend named Mia. Mia was at Kalahari, which is in Ohio. It's like a resort, and she found Luna, bless you, she found Luna in a parking lot by herself, and basically she was a stray and she was pretty starving and she was rummaging it through all the trash and everything for food. So they took her in and they weren't able to keep her, so they asked around about like who could keep her and whatnot. Kate ended up texting me and she was like, do you want Luna? And I was like, yes. And then I asked my roommate and she was like, yes, even though she's allergic to cats, but she's taking medication, so like it's fine. But yeah, basically I met Luna about almost a month ago now. At the very beginning of November I got her. If you follow my Instagram, which if you don't, you can follow it right here, because then you can get updates about Luna all the time and also just updates about life all the time when I'm not on YouTube. But I met her through them and I ended up going to pick her up, and now she's here with me and I love her to death. So next question, how old is she? So because she's a stray, we don't know exactly how old she is, nor does she have a microchip in her, which is usually how you can identify past owners or how old the cat is. But she does not have a microchip, so that tells me she was always like a stray, or at least like a barn cat or something. But the vet said that she looks about 1 year old. I thought that she looked about 1 year old, and I love her so much. Question of the day, how many times am I gonna say I love Luna? Next question, is she spayed? So story time. Luna is not spayed because she is a stray, but when I got her, she had actually just had a litter of kittens. When the girls found Luna, they did not see any cats nearby whatsoever. There weren't any kittens, so we have no clue where her kittens are, which is very sad, but also slightly good because I didn't have to take care of a pregnant cat. But at the same time, kittens? I don't know. Anyways, she is not spayed, but her chest has gone down a little bit in production of milk and whatnot, and as soon as I'm able to get her spayed, I'm gonna be getting her spayed because we don't need her to have any more kittens. Next question, does she enjoy people's company? She actually loves people's company. I've had a couple friends over here to meet her at the apartment, and she's been nothing but like super sweet to them. She's, you know, just wanted cuddles from them, and it's really cute. She has yet to like cuddle with me to bed, but she does love pets, loves attention. I'm really thankful that she was super easy to adjust to the apartment. Like, she wasn't very scared or skittish or anything. All right, so now we've kind of talked about Luna a little bit, and I don't know where she is right now, but as soon as I find her, I'll show you guys Luna. But let's move on to some more general questions. Plans for Christmas and the holiday season. I am planning on going home for Christmas and like winter break and everything. Our winter break starts, I think, December 18th or something like that, and the week before we have finals and everything. So how do you deal with bad body image? That's something I'm still working on. I feel like that's something we're all gonna be like continuously working on. But one of the things that I do to like help with bad body image is I like to put sticky notes up on like mirrors. Like if I were to go to my bathroom, like I go to my bathroom every morning to wash my face, do my like morning skincare routine, I like to put little sticky notes up on my mirror, basically just like little notes being like, you're loved, you're beautiful, you're worthy, kind of stuff like that. Another thing that I started doing with body image is if I start comparing myself to like Instagram models or stuff like that, I will unfollow them because I know that's not healthy for me to be constantly comparing myself to them. And that's like by no means me bashing on like the Instagram girls that I follow. Just for my own like well-being, I do unfollow them if I do compare myself to them, where I'm like, why don't I look like that? I will unfollow them until I feel secure enough in my body. But those are just some of my tips that I use. Comfort / fave YouTubers. I have a lot. I have a ton of favorite YouTubers and like comfort YouTubers. I wouldn't be able to name them all off the top of my head, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to give you guys a whole freaking list of like comfort YouTubers that I like. But those are my comfort YouTubers. I absolutely love them. Absolutely recommend watching them. Your favorite podcasts. I have lots of favorite podcasts, but I would say like my top favorite would be Morbid, which has Alina and Ash in it. They're freaking funny as heck. I love them so much. I also like My Favorite Murder. They're also like the same thing as like Morbid. They have like dark humor involved in it. Of course, you guys have heard me talk about Crime Junkies a bajillion times before, but I love Crime Junkies. I also like Supernatural with Ashley Flowers, Park Predators, even though they're seasonal. And then Counterclock is a really good one as well. Next question is a question I've been getting a crap ton about, which I'm not surprised about. How are you at the moment? How are you doing? Well, let's talk. I'm actually doing pretty well, I guess, for like everything that's kind of going on. And by going on, I mean like time change and everything and the season changing to winter. If you guys don't already know, my depression and my anxiety gets a lot worse during the winter season, mainly because the sun changes and goes down so fast. And I'm not a very big morning person, so I get very limited sun hour. I wouldn't say very well, because there are definitely some days where I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to throw myself into a window. Still on my antidepressant medication. I do have to see a therapist though, but because of COVID, there's like no new therapists that are taking new clients, so that sucks. But I have been journaling. I literally can't speak today. I've been journaling a lot, like writing down my feelings and like just kind of like dumping all in there, and it feels really nice to do that. As for school is kicking me in the ass at the moment. I am failing a class or two, which I'm not even gonna be like I'm so disappointed in myself, because I'm sorry, but we've been in COVID for what, like 2 years now at this point. It is what it is. I'm sorry, but it's hard to adjust, and I don't see grades as being like, you know, your reason for, you know, being worthy or being loved. But I'm not worried about it, because I have different plans for the spring that I'm gonna talk about next. For spring semester, if anybody doesn't know already, I'm in my fall semester right now, the very end of my fall semester, and I'm about to go into my break. For spring semester, I am actually going to be taking a step back from school, and by that I don't mean like completely not going to school. I mean more of like taking 2 to 3 classes next semester compared to 15 credits. So I'm going to be part-time at school next semester, so that I can also focus on my mental health. I can focus on doing YouTube and making money, because I feel like I have not properly done that in a while, especially with adjusting to school and everything. Like I feel like we spent a year and a half completely online with like accommodations, like pass fail grade, or you know, extra credit, you know, curving our grades. And now that we're like half in person, half online, the universities have pretty much just wiped that all out and been like, good luck. I'm having a very hard time to adjust, and I figured that it would be best to slowly integrate myself back into school instead of just throwing myself completely back into it. It's what's best for me, and that is what I'm gonna go with. So those are my plans for spring semester, and I'm very, very excited for them. Speaking of school, I've been getting tons and tons of questions about what my major is. If you're new here and you don't know what my major is or what I'm studying in school or where I go to school, I go to Michigan State University. I'm a junior, and I'm also studying criminal justice with a minor in women's studies. And I've gotten a lot of questions about like what we study and whatnot. We study criminology, so like theories and the laws, obviously policing, as well as juvenile justice, so like juveniles and like their process of courts and whatnot. We're also able to study like forensic science and stuff like that, so it's really like versatile in what you're able to learn within criminal justice. I have gotten a couple questions about what I'm going to be doing after college regarding like a job, post-grad plans. I have no clue at the moment, I'm gonna be completely honest, but I do know regarding like a job and like the route of which I want to go into. I definitely want to work with sexual assault survivors and victims, and I do want to help, you know, them get justice in the system and just also help change the system for the better. Next question. What is your current TBR at the moment? I'm currently reading The Bone Shard Daughter, the one I've been literally raving about for months and have not started. Started that recently, and then I think after that book I'm gonna read The Chase by Elle Kennedy, which is the off-campus spin-off series called Briar U. I've been really lazy about reading lately because I'm coming around final season, and I'm stressing the hell out. Do you work out? If so, what do you like to do the most? Body weight, lifting, running, etc. I don't want to say I work out, but like I do periodically, and I've been trying to get myself back into working out just to like make my body feel like strong and make it feel good. But when I do work out, I am mostly doing weight resistant workouts and stuff like that because I have a very hard time putting on weight, and I've been wanting to put on weight for a very, very long time, but it's just very hard for me to do so, and it's something I'm very insecure about. So when I do work out, I'm definitely doing like weight workouts. Next question is actually related to YouTube. What type of camera do you use? Would like to start YouTube and I love your videos. Thank you, first of all. And second of all, I use the Canon G7X camera. It's like a cute little vlogging camera that has like a flip up screen. I really like it. I've had it for like, I want to say 2 or 3 years at this point. Next question is, where do you get nail inspo? They're always so perfect. I get my nail inspo, I kid you not, from either other people on Instagram, or I mainly get it from Pinterest, which if you guys don't follow my Pinterest, you can follow it down below because I have a board of like nails on there, like nails that I would get and stuff like that. So that's where I get most of my inspiration from. Next question, what is your favorite class or the one you enjoy the most at the moment? My favorite class that I'm taking this semester is actually my juvenile justice class, mainly because not only does it like surround around the process of like the juvenile court, but it also like surrounds the process of like juvenile criminology, so like theories and like, you know, their thought process and stuff like that, like why they commit crimes type thing and like what leads them to commit crimes. And I always found that super, super interesting. I really love criminology and I love learning about that. How is the new apartment life going? Do you miss living at home? So apartment life is actually going pretty well. I really like my apartment. I feel like I've actually adjusted here pretty well, even though I have yet to finish my entire room. We're not going to talk about that. I'm lazy. Really do like my apartment here. I love my roommate. She's great. I think I've only been home once or twice during the semester, and I don't miss home all too much, but I definitely miss like seeing my family, and I really miss my cats like a lot. Especially before I got Luna, I missed my cats a crap ton, but now that I have Luna up here, it's been like a little easier to adjust. Next question is one I've been getting a lot actually. Will you make a true crime podcast? And the answer to that is yes. I do so badly want to make a podcast, whether it's a true crime podcast or kind of like a life update kind of podcast. I kind of want to do both. So if you're interested in that, let me know if I should do both or if I should just do one. With me taking a break from school next semester, I will have a lot more time to start new projects, and I definitely 100% want to start a true crime podcast. My friend Kate and I, my best friend Kate and I, have actually talked about doing the podcast together because, I don't know, I just feel like a true crime podcast would be more fun doing it with another person where we can like share cases and stories and like survivors' stories back and forth. So I definitely do want to do one. I'm more than likely going to be doing it with my best friend Kate, so you guys will get to know her a little more, and I'm very excited about that. So if you guys are interested in that, keep an eye out for that because we will most likely be starting that around the new year. This is a question I actually get a crap ton on like my lives and everything. What are your big 3? Your sun, moon, and rising sign. So my sun sign is a Scorpio, my moon sign is an Aries, and my rising sign is a Capricorn. All in all, just pure chaos going on inside my brain. I've gotten this question quite a lot, and it is, are you and Aiden still together? Aiden and I are not together anymore, but we are still best friends. He is still my best friend, which is perfectly fine with me, perfectly fine with him. No bad blood between us. We ended it both amicably. With that being said, I would appreciate it if you guys did appreciate his privacy in this matter. Don't send him any hate. Hope that answers your question. Next question. How has 2021 been for you so far? Surprisingly, 2021 has not been like a super bad year. I wouldn't say it's been like a holy crap great year, but it's had its ups and downs. I've had a lot of self-realization moments, and it's gonna be fun to like look back at like the very end of 2021 to see like everything that happened. Even the littlest bit of progress is progress. That makes me very happy and very excited for what's to come for the future, whether it's big or small. Do you think books have changed your life for the better? Definitely, I definitely do. I just recently finished The Midnight Library and The Alchemist. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen that. But those are like 2 books that like tremendously like impacted my like thinking state, mainly because they're both books that like kind of make you think a lot, especially The Midnight Library. It kind of goes into like the whole details of if you could change something in your life, would you, type of thing. And obviously I'll talk about this in like a future book video, but that book, holy crap, I first of all could not stop reading that book. Second of all, I swear I had multiple existential crises while reading that book, being like, oh my god, what was I thinking? It's definitely one of those books where it like opens your eyes to like, you know, you are who you are right now for a reason. Like all the choices that you have made led up to who you are as a person right now. And the question is would you go back in time to change anything? My answer would be no, because there's just so many people, situations, events in my life that are in my life right now that if I had chosen something different in the past, chances are these people, these events definitely would not be in my future right now. I don't really like the idea of that because I like how my life is going right now. And the thought of uncertainty scares the crap out of me. So I'm kind of glad I didn't do anything different. This is a question I love so much. Favorite songs at the moment. I don't know if YouTube is gonna copyright me for this, so I'm not even gonna try it. But Swim by Chase Atlantic, I Hope You're Miserable Until You're Dead by Nessa Barrett, Counting Crimes by Nessa Barrett. I have a lot of favorite songs if you guys have not caught on already. Also, another song I've recently become obsessed with is Dandelions by Ruth B. Absolutely love her music. Lost Boy was one of my favorites of hers. If you could have any job regardless of the money, what would you do? I've always wanted to be someone who like could be paid for traveling, just because I am such like a wanderlust person at heart. Like I love traveling, and surprisingly I have not traveled much in my lifetime. I've only been on a plane maybe like once or twice, and that was in like sophomore year of high school, and I have not been on a plane since. But I really love traveling. I love seeing new places. I love seeing new cultures and new foods and new people and just like new environments in general. What can I do when I feel lonely and isolating myself? The one thing that I do when I feel lonely and isolating myself is to let myself like feel those feelings. I also reach out to friends to let them know that I'm feeling this way, and I talk it out. I journal. Basically I just do everything possible to let people know like, hey, like I'm feeling this way. And especially when I'm like isolating myself, I try to distract myself, you know, with maybe watching a new show, maybe watching a favorite comfort TV show, reading a book, or even just like if I want to isolate myself, I'll still force myself to go out in public, whether that's like getting a coffee or going to the library to read, or just like taking a walk out on campus. I'll do that sometimes. All right, so that is pretty much all the questions that I have for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe down below. Also be sure to follow all my social medias to see what I'm doing when I'm not on YouTube. And if there are any questions that you guys still have that I haven't answered in this video, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. But yeah, other than that, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys. Wait, I need to show you guys Luna. This is Luna, everyone. Say hi. She's okay. Never mind, she doesn't want to.
Take myself out on dates, open my own damn doors, pay for everything on my plate. Sometimes I'd even get the steak, cause I got it like that. Always have my own bag, never needed no man to rely on. Got two good shoulders to cry on.